When you talk about those early years in Tehran, it's the way you talk about it is quite romantic, and it's also clear that you are a romantic, I think. Tell me about Faribande. Can I ask you about her?
Oh yes, Faribande was 7, or no, Faribande was 8. I was 6, and she was a neighbor's girl, and I fell in love with her because she always smelled of Nivea and Blendex cream, that she wore on her face and her hands. And I always associate the smell of those two creams with Faribande. Faribande comes to mind. And I fell in love with her, and it was true love. To me, that
A-
was love.
an older woman at the time, right? You were
Oh
6.
yeah, exactly. She was 2 years my senior. Uh, but unfortunately, they departed, and that emptiness stayed with me because I really missed her. Because I said in one of the droplets, the droplets of my life, that in order to throw snowballs at her, I had prepared some snowballs, but she wasn't there anymore, and the snowballs melted in the corner of the garden without her. And yeah, it was very touching, the feelings I had for her.
It's beautiful, the story you tell in droplets in your autobiographical video series. That's where I got it from. That's why I wanted to ask her about her. Do we know what happened to Faribande? I mean, if only she knew you were going to become a superstar, I'm sure you would have. She would have stuck with you. She would have stayed in the neighborhood.
I do not know what happened to Faribande. Faribande and her family left our neighborhood and they went to another place. And another young girl, perhaps the same age as I, moved into their house. And of course, I fell in love with that girl then because, it was convenient, it was a neighbor, And that girl, died of diphtheria.
Oh,
And that really left a big hole in my heart because I remember, I was so upset and I cried so much that my mother used to console me and, tell me that these things happen and poor thing is with the angels now. But that didn't mean anything to me with the angels. I didn't want her to be with the angels. I wanted her to be with me and not the angels. And that and the death of my pigeon, the
yes.
two introductions to the end of,
Mortality. Yes.
yeah, yeah, introducce mortality to me, yeah.